Okay, let's take an example. We have a company who is making bottles and bags. And this company is planning to make 60,000 bottles and 100,000 bags for one process, which is Paul's. The second process, which is called Newman's, they're planning to make 70,000 bottles and 200,000 bags. And we have for the 5 years the planning and for this company. First thing that we want to do is when we see something like this, and since the bottles and bottles are the same and the bags and bags are the same for both Paul's and Newman's, I'm going to make sure that I take the total. So I'm going to calculate the total. The total of bottles is going to be equal to 60,000 plus 75,000. And the total for bags is going to be equal to 100,000 plus 200,000. I'm simply going to copy and paste for the rest of the years. So now I have the number of bottles to be produced per year and number of bags to be produced per year. I want to find whether my capacity resources are good enough for meeting this planned production. I have, for the bottles, 2 operators and 3 machines. Each machine is capable of producing 150,000 bottles. Similarly, I have 3 operators for making bags, and I have 5 machines, each capable of producing 250,000 bags. So let's look at the bottles first. Okay. I want to find out what is the available capacity. The available capacity is basically how many bottles that I can produce and how many bottles that I want to produce. I want to produce 135,000 bottles. Okay? But how many bottles I can produce? I can actually produce with 3 machines, with 150,000 each, I can produce 3 times 150,000, which is 450,000 bottles. That is my total available capacity. My available capacity for the first year is going to be equal to how many bottles that I have that I'm planning to make. 135,000. This is what I'm planning to make, over how many bottles that I can produce. That is 450,000. That is about 0.3. So my available capacity is 30%, which is 0.3. My machine usage is going to be, for one machine, I can do 0.3, which is the 30% available capacity. For 3 machines, I'm going to be 3 times 0.3, which is 0.9. See, this 135,000 over 450,000 gives you the available capacity. Okay? But I can produce that within one machine. How? Because 135,000 is less than 150,000. And that's the reason I can use 3 machines and make it as 0.9. The percentage capacity utilized is what I need to calculate next. What is my percentage capacity utilized? It is going to be the same as the available capacity, but that is in percentage. The machine requirement is going to be 0.9. The total machine usage is exactly my machine requirement. Okay? And my labor requirement is, if I have 2 operators per machine, then that is going to be twice or 2 times the machine requirement, which is 1.8. I'm going to highlight all these numbers and I'm going to copy and paste, and that is going to be my problem. What is my problem here? I forgot to use my absolute reference. That is my problem. Let's do that. So for the available capacity, the absolute reference should be on which number? The number which is going to be this. This is my number which is constant, which is F17. So I'm going to make this as an absolute number. My machine usage B18 is B18. That is fine. But B17, which is the 3, is going to be constant. So B17 should be absolute reference. My percentage capacity utilized is going to be simply the one that is 0.3. So no problems at all. I'm not going, this is going to change, so it's fine. The machine requirement is going to be the same. The labor requirement, however, has to change simply because I'm using this constant 2, which is going to be B15. So my B15 has to be absolute. Now, if I highlight this, copy and paste this, I should be fine. So my capacity utilization rate is 77%. Is 77%. Let me make sure that I have my is 77%. Is my 77%. Let's do the same thing for bags. The number of operators is 3. The total available capacity is 5 machines, 250,000 each. My total available capacity of 5 machines is going to be 5 times 250,000, which is going to be 1,250,000. My available capacity is going to be, for the bags, is going to be 300,000 divided by 1,250,000, that is 0.24. My total machine usage is going to be 0.24 times the number of machines, which is 1.20. My percentage capacity utilized is going to be the available capacity. My machine requirements is going to be the machine usage. My labor requirement is machine requirement times the available capacity. The number of operators. Let's make these N17 to be absolute. The J50, the J17 to be absolute. This is fine. This is fine. And for the labor requirements, the number of operators, which is J15, has to be absolute. Now I can copy and paste. I should get the numbers. So my percentage capacity utilizer, the utilization rate is 94%. So it is 77% for my bottles and 94% for my bags. It has not exceeded my capacity. That means my company is good. This company is good for producing all these data, this production planning. So I can meet my demand with my capacity. That is the answer. I would like you to use the OCE4, which is in your Blackboard, and practice this and understand what is this available capacity, what is the total available capacity, which is this, and what is the capacity that is needed, and so that you can find the utilization rate. And this is what you need to know in this chapter.